Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen, and I believe in dragons. And there is so much we need to know about the Dragon's Path, and there's so much that we need to know about the dragon that no one actually knows because it's lost in time, and that is very unfortunate. So that is why I'm trying to exchange information and experiences that I had with the dragon, and so everything that came to me. Um, like this altar, for example. This is something that I made so many years ago. This is actually one of the first things that I made years ago, and it was my point of worship before I could go to the forest like I go now. This was the place of worship for the dragon because in the beginning I thought that the dragon, even my guardian, was my god, and yeah, there are no other gods for me. This is the one. This is the only. The dragon is the only one that I kneel for. There are no other gods for me. So I made an altar. This is not a fancy altar like you see in churches that costs a lot of money with gold and stuff like that, but just with attributes of nature, with very cheap material or very cheap images, like the one here, for example, this one. This one didn't cost me a lot. Actually, it was very, very cheap, and it was my first image, and also the reason why I woke up for my dragon awakening. But just for example, this stick what I hold here, I was walking in the forest and I saw this one, and it reminded me so much of a wing, a dragon wing, a skeleton version of a wing, and I said, oh yes, I could use this because this reminds me of the dragon. So I placed this on my altar, and now it's been there for 10 years. So my altar, an altar for the dragon doesn't need to have to be made of expensive stuff or hard to find objects. An altar for the dragon can also be decorated with homemade or found materials. For example, like I showed you, or for example, if your child gives you a drawing of a dragon made with love for you, because your dragon, your child knows that you love dragons, so they maybe saw your dragon or maybe just want to please you with a drawing of a dragon, then according to me, pin it above your altar, no matter whether if it's a child drawing or it's something bad or something like that. It's made with love for you or for the dragon. Or another example, a while ago I was walking through the forest, but unlike before I walked in the woods, like I before I walked in the woods, I had headaches that got worse. It was horrible. My head was exploding, so painful. It became so bad that I just had to sit down on the ground. This was the point where I decided to create what looked like an emergency ritual and use the material within my reach. Um, I tried to actually talk to the dragon, and I hope that my dragon had some kind of a cure. That is what witches do. They find cures if something bad happens like that. And that was a small stick and a feather of a pigeon that was within my reach. A small stick means earth, and the feather of a pigeon it means air. It worked, and the pain decreased, and I held the stick and feather in my hand until I was out of the woods. Dragon weekends are mostly very open. Oh my god, there is a lot of spiritual energy here now today. Um, like I said, dragon witches are mostly very open to negative energy, also negative animal energy. It's like I said, every animal has magic in them. Magic means dragon energy. Take away this life, and this will be replaced by negative energy. And the most of us will feel it, especially when it just happened. Especially when it's happened on a ley line, that something bad happened. And I suspect that this was why I felt so much pain. There was something horrible happened there, like a death struggle or something like that. That is why I could feel so much headache. It was going inside of my mind, and everything I could feel was death and something like a bullet through the brain. It, it's something that I felt very well. Someone like most of the time, a human can do horrible, horrible stuff. And they say that nature is very cruel, but humans are the cruelest. I often see horrible images of people having fun to take away lives. They enjoy their fear when their lives disappears from their eyes. I don't know why. When you see through the eyes of the dragon, you can see what humans are doing, and humans can be vicious beasts. The pigeon feather and wooden stick were a great help for me, so I decorated my altar with these found out items, and that is the one. That is the one. It's I don't know for sure if it's a pigeon feather. It could be another bird, but this was the one that I took home. Then this was the one that helped me. I get rid of my headache. Um, my large dragon on my altar is the only one that I bought. The rest was actually given to me or was actually a prize from a carnival. Um, yeah, my large dragon is in a position, like I said, where she holds her hand like you can give her something, like you can give her something. You see, and I sometimes give her the things that I needed for coming to my dragon, or maybe something that I needed, like getting rid of my headache. And yeah, that is what also dragon energy can do. It can help you get rid of the pain. Like I said, I give my dragon statue some kind of white stones, like this one, white stones that she carries. And more than 10 years ago, actually, this has been here for a very long time. And now the feather with the stick next to it, like I said, the stick over there. The dragon is one with nature. Attributes of the four elements are not a bad idea to decorate your altar with. Stones, branches, leaves, water, fire from the candle, feathers, maybe unless for humans, but useless for humans. Maybe some objects for them that they won't even see in nature. But for the dragon, it will certainly appreciate this. The dragon will appreciate this and will only benefit your rituals, which is closer and brings you closer to nature, because the dragon is one with nature. So attributes of nature is not something bad. If you see an altar for a church, maybe, or maybe in Islam or some kind of a human religion, you cannot see anything unless candles from nature. They don't believe in nature. They don't care for nature. It's only what they've been given. Of course, I wanted to get rid of my headache. It was so painful. It's something that came to me because I've been on the dragon's path and I'm very sensitive for something like that. So I asked my dragon, maybe you can get rid of it. But and of course my dragon did it. But it's unlike the other altars, like with golds and to impress people with it, so you can show your power with it. No, that is not the way you should decorate your altar. Your altar should be decorated with your own mind and your own vision and what you can feel from your dragon. I decorated my altar, for example, also with there is after it and that is before it, that is here, and then you have the spiritual side in the middle. The dragon is not dead. The dragon is not really here anymore, but the dragon is a spirit, and that is the way how they come to us, as a spirit. And that is how I decorated my altar with it, as the spirit in the middle that came to us, and that is how we are awakened. That is how I also made this altar. This altar, like is also decorated like here. I'm putting the fire here. It's for the dreams that I have. All the dreams on a dragon's path are very important, especially the vivid ones. Once you have your dreams, and that I can remember my dreams where the dragon was in, so I can remember also the messages that my dragon had. Um, these are the guardians of the gate. These supposed to be protecting the gates from everything that is non-draconic. So everyone, also on the Wiccan side, is trying to enter, and I don't want them to enter. The dragon's gate is only meant for those who are chosen by the dragon. It's not a plaything. You cannot manipulate it. It's too strong. But they are still trying to invade the dragon's realms, and that is unfortunate. True dragon Wiccans, true dragon followers are only following the dragon. And of course, some people try to mix it because they are trying to find their path, but in the end it's the dragon's path is their path, and so they can learn from it, and so they can trust their feelings and instincts, and trust their feelings and instincts. That is also the way I decorated my altar, with it, with my instincts and feelings. So every single detail is all based of what I had in my mind. So the things that I find in my forests, or maybe a stone. This is actually a very interesting stone. This is like a sponge, has a lot of energy inside of it. Once you have this energy also inside of you, you can put your energy inside of this. It absorbs like a sponge. So this energy has a lot of draconic energy by me. So from us together, it's actually from my spirit and myself in between. And that is where I have my second altar from, for my forest. Oh my god, it's getting dead. And yeah, and things like animals and little statues and just leaves from my favorite time of year. Everything reminds me of the dragon inside of this. And that is what your altar should do. Your altar shouldn't be like in a church. It shouldn't be with gold and to impress people. It should impress your dragon. And your dragon is a creature and spirit of nature. So what else can you give them? With what else can you please them than with your own mind? That is why they come here, for you, and they want to explore your mind. They want to be with you. So in a way, you can mix your minds together and create the perfect portal to each other through a dragon altar like this one. If I see altars from religions, I say, well, this will never work because there is no love into it. There is only money and wealth into it. True altars should be made out of love for the spirit that you are worshipping, and this is no different. Didn't cost me a lot of money, actually almost nothing, and just I made it. I made it my place of worship, and that is how you should make your altar, with your mind, with your instincts, and how you want it to be, and how your dragon maybe wanted to be. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.